Hi. 43 minutes left on my phone, so I should be done in a good 30 minutes. I'll try and extend this video because I'm almost done my notes here. I'll try and extend this video. I'll drag it out to like 30 minutes, and then I should be ending this video, and I'll be done my personal life and about Aratat video series. And then my next video will be what? My next video will be the phase my phase 3 announcement, man. You guys are still taking me for granted, man. Because once I'm telling you now, once I finish my series and my book is ready to be released on Lulu, you're looking at the best finance novel ever written for that. And I find out how wicked you really are to the point where you turn me into a porn star when I'm not interested in having sex with all these women. I told you I'm a virgin. I don't struggle with sex. I don't even struggle with porn. I only watch porn in the last 2 years. In the last 3 years, I only watched porn 5 times. That's how fucking holy I am. Like, I'm so fucking holy. I need my wife. She's secured of the cravings. But even when I'm separate from her, I don't even watch porn. That's how fucking holy I am. And it's the fact that you're willing to turn me into a sinner. You're willing to turn a righteous man into a sinner and have him pay a price to be with his wife. If you think for 1 second you're not going to pay a price, you're also going to pay a fucking price. I'm sidetracking here because I'm almost on my notes. Hence why you better stop taking me for granted, because I'm telling you right now, once I find out how wicked you really are, I'm not making any rules for you. You can hope and pray because you guys are crazy people. Well, maybe that future is not true. No, you can see the futures. You know full well I'm not making any videos for you. Zero. But even then, I'm so nice enough to put out docs and movies for you to enjoy. So I want to sing us into your mind, well, that you only have 5 videos left of me on YouTube, man. Then after that, I'm done. I'm not making any more videos on my Savage channel. If you want me to make videos for you, put my stats on and start talking about me in the public eye. Do the right thing and say, you know what? After what Ivan went through, let's put his stats on and start talking about it. If you put my stats on and start talking about me, I would gladly make videos. But the fact that you're not doing that, I'm not taking my time to make videos for you and not get paid for it. Now that I'm king, if you want to see me, you got to pay to see me. You got to pay to see my movies, yeah. Which you guys will obviously pay to see me because I'm fucking special, obviously. Yeah. So, right? So let me read it what I said earlier. So you have $340 million towards special effects. That's how much movies are made for Hollywood as a whole. And I'm putting $340 million towards special effects for Last of Us Zanes alone. Right? You have the update IMAX cameras. IMAX cameras are the best camera in Hollywood. Again, go watch Avengers Infinity War to get an idea of how top-notch the IMAX cameras are. Avengers Infinity War was filmed in IMAX, and you're looking at a top-notch experience. You have the advanced set building, so the world will look more natural instead of 2CG. Hence, the world will look better, obviously, because I'm not a fan of 2CG. You have music. Again, I'm hiring Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer is considered the best composer in Hollywood. Pay him a nice $2.7 million, which is a good $2.1 million American. Pay him that amount of money, and he composes the music, the choir. I'm gonna hire a choir too. So you have the musicians who are going to play the beats. Obviously, that's Hans Zimmer will be composing them, and you also have a choir, and you also have singers. I'll hire one singer, 1 or 2 singers. One singer is enough. I'll hire one singer, one woman singer. Pay her a nice like $300,000 to sing a couple songs for the movie. You can have her. I don't have to have a singer. Right? Like a choir and the beats are enough. Hans Zimmer composing a choir and the beats is enough, but it doesn't hurt to have a singer to sing a couple songs. Hire a good one woman independent singer, pay her a nice $300,000, and she can compose a good 7 songs or something like that. 300 grand is a nice paycheck for an independent artist. Pay her that to what? To compose. To compose a 6 soundtrack for you and for your movie. Hence why Zane is looking best for it, because you not only have the unheard technology, you also have an amazing soundtrack. Hans Zimmer is going to compose a sick ass soundtrack for Last of Us Zanes, man. He's going to compose an amazing soundtrack, and you're also looking at amazing music. The singers are going to sing some amazing music. You're looking at an amazing movie, man. Yeah, you have music, and you also have the 4K Blu-ray effect, as all my movies will be released on 4K Blu-ray. So Zanes will be released on 4K Blu-ray only. I'm gonna tell Amazon I don't want you releasing it on DVD and Blu-ray. No, I want Skysers to be a unique company. Skysers will only be releasing their movies only strictly on 4K Blu-ray. That makes the company unique and top notch, right? So I'll be releasing it only on 4K Blu-ray. That way the company looks very unique and top notch, right? So I'm gonna keep saying this because I'm gonna drag out some time. I'm gonna drag out this video. I'm gonna keep saying this. Picture a world like Avatar, except better than Avatar, right? Right, and you also have unheard of horror, unheard of world building, and you have the advanced focus and sound like that Assassin's Creed try to show you that advanced sound, that surround sound experience, and at the same time you're also adding in the 4K when you burn it onto the 4K Blu-ray effect. Now you have you're adding the 4K Blu-ray effect onto that already top-notch technology, and hence why you're looking at something unheard of for the world. At the same time, you're also adding in the home theater system experience. So you not only have surround sound experience from the technology alone, you also have the 4K Blu-ray effect, which enhances the technology, and now you have your house and theater. You have your theater system, which also enhances what the experience. Hence, why you're looking at a better experience than what you're getting in the theatrical experience for the Hollywood movies. And hence why Skysys will be considered the best brand in the business. Once the actors get that 4K Blu-ray in their mail and they get their nice posters and $2,000 gift card, and they're all going to listen to me. They're all going to put money into a theater system or a theater room because they all have money. They're going to listen to me, and they watch it with their folks. They see the Skysys logo, the copyright, the movie stars. Oh my god, like Skysys looks much bigger than Disney. Yeah. Oh my god, Skysys is so top quality. I mean, the world looks top notch. That you get that you get that nice surround sound experience with the 4K Blu-ray effect, right? Hence why Skysys will be what? Skysys will be the best film brand in business. Bigger than Disney, bigger than Warner Bros., bigger than Paramount, bigger than Netflix, bigger than Universal, bigger than Lionsgate, bigger than all these companies. That's how big Skysys will be. Skysys will make these companies look bad, man. Because Sky Stores, I'm making my movies for a lot more money. The organization movie, I'm making it for almost 600 million, like 570 million. I'm making the organizational movie for, right? Hence why you're looking at something unheard of for all my movies, right? In other words, Aratat will literally be the walking devil himself on the screen, so scary that you guys might actually cry for me and the men. So I'm gonna keep saying this. Aratat will be so scary that when you see him, you will actually cry. You guys might actually cry for me and the man, the woman, man, because he's so scary. When you see him on a screen, you're gonna be like, holy shit, like you know what I'm saying? Like Aratat's fucking scary. Yeah, Aratat is that scary that when you see him on a screen, you're actually gonna feel for me and the men. Just like the Joker was psychotic, obviously, right? And the orcs in Lord of the Rings were scary. Pretty scary. Aratat is 3 times scarier than all those beings, and hence why you're looking at the walking devil on the big screen. You're looking at something so scary that if you live on your own, man, you're gonna have to watch it with someone, or you're gonna watch it with the lights on that night, man. If you want to watch it during the day or something like that. Like if you live on your own, you need to go to your folks' place and watch it with them. Or invite a friend or something like that to watch it with you, because I'm telling you right now, if you watch it on your own, you're looking at something so scary that it's gonna be so scary that like when you see Aratat, you're gonna look around your house. You know what I'm saying? When you watch horror movies and it freaks you out, and you look, it's dark and you look around. You know what I'm saying? Because you're fucking scared. Yeah, that's how scary Aratat is. Aratat's so scary that if you live on your own, if you watch it on your own, there's a good chance you're gonna be sleeping with the lights on that night, man. If you see it with the lights off, like you might be able to see with the lights off, but there's a good chance a lot of people will be sleeping with the lights on that night, man. Because Aratat's the epitome of evil himself. He's the devil himself. He's so scary that you're looking at something. You're looking at something fucking crazy, man. Right? You will feel for us so bad, for me, the man, the woman, right? As you're looking at unheard of advanced world building, I keep saying this, you're looking at unheard of advanced world building, because the world will look so real, except it looks more natural, obviously, just less CGI. Unheard of action scenes, again, you're looking at something like, remember that scene in Revolutions? I keep saying it's when Neo fought Smith, you got that nice top-notch surround sound experience. Picture it fighting like that, except they're fighting with swords. Remember when Neo was fighting in the rain against Smith in Matrix Revolutions? Picture fighting like that, except they're fighting with swords. You're looking at unheard of action sequences, man. It's like something better than Matrix, something better than Lord of the Rings, better than Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at unheard of action scenes. You know, these actors are going to look like badass. All the men are going to look like badass movie stars. You're gonna see their pictures with their ad pictures with their swords. Oh my god, these men, the actor for Tacitonius, Papyri, Cassius, Tachys the First, Mary the Archer, they're all going to be badass. Even the Southerns like Papyri, Sirius, and Job, even they're going to look pretty badass. They're not going to look as badass as the Northerns, because the Northerns are born fighters. But even the Southerns are going to be pretty badass fighters, man. You know what I'm saying? The Southerns are not trained in the arts. So the Southerns, if you want to know what the Southerns think, something like Lord of the Rings for the Southerns, whereas the Northerns think something like Matrix. Remember when Neo was fighting with his sword? Think something like that for the Northerns, except take away the kung fu. You're looking at top-notch fighting, man. And the Wolves, Aratat's a badass fighter. He has this big, large axe. You know what I'm saying? That's how crazy of a bunch you're looking at, man. Should be done in a good 19 minutes. I have 43 minutes on my phone, but in a good 20 minutes, I'm running out of notes here, so I should be done. I'll try and drag this out for another like 19 more minutes, because I know when I speak, time stops. Because it's nice to have a nice 1 hour and 30-minute video of Ivan the Mayor, right? Because all my video, when I talk, time stops. So, because I know if I make like an hour video, 30 minutes, it's nothing, because time stops so when I speak. So I want to make a nice 1.5 hour video. That way you get a nice 6 video series for the Ivan's personal life, and about Aratat the Devil Wolf King. I might talk a bit more about my personal life after I finish my notes, so I can drag it out longer for 30 minutes. Right, so you're looking at unheard of world building better than Avatar. Again, Avatar was amazing when it first came out. Think something better than Avatar. That's something more. You're looking at unheard of world building, unheard of horror, right? Unheard of action sequence and unheard of horror. So you're looking at remember that video I showed you in my sex and movies. Remember when you got that horrific music? Think of a music like that for Aratat. Maybe not like that, but think of like a horrific music theme for Aratat and the wolves and the bats and all them. Hans Zimmer is going to compose Hans Zimmer will compose a nice beat for the horror of Aratat and all that stuff. He's going to compose a sick soundtrack for me for Last of Us Ants movie. Hence why I'm hiring, because he's the best in the business. One of the best, or the best in the business. He's composed hundreds of movies. Right? So though you're looking at unheard of horror, unheard of action sequences, as the men will be fighting alongside God in the flesh against the devil himself, and the woman will be experiencing the horror with a goddess in the flesh, which is my wife. So the men are going to get the lucky chosen few actors are going to lucky and not so lucky. They're lucky in the sense they're going to be a part of the buzz and saved, but they're not lucky in the sense that you're looking at they're going to be filming in a twisted environment as Aratat the devil himself. And those lucky chosen actors are going to be fighting. The men are going to be fighting alongside God in the flesh against devils and beasts. And again, I don't know when my movie will be released, but you guys can see the future. You know when I'm going to be releasing my Xenos movie, and you know how scary Aratat is. As I have the keys, you can see the future. You know how scary he is. Yeah, you're looking at the devil himself, right? Hence, why those chosen actors are lucky. And once they read my book. So once I pay this for fee and say my beautiful wife, you fucking welcome. I saved your fucking ass, Victoria. So once I pay this bullshit fee and say my beautiful wife, come back from death, and the step families finally let me see my wife and let me read my book. Yeah, peace out. Once my book is ready for release on Lulu and the whole world reads it, when the whole world buys my book and they read it, when those actors read my book, they're gonna once they finish the book, they're gonna be wild, they're gonna be blown away by the story, but they're also gonna be like, oh my god, like I can't wait to be a part of this movie. Like once they read my book, they're gonna be like, oh my god, like I can't wait to be part of this movie and experience the success and fame with Ivan and Reggie, because they're gonna be like, oh my god, I finally see Ivan's point. If this book was turned into a movie, and a lot of money is put into it and it's done right, you're looking at the best story ever told in motion picture. You're looking at a movie, like I know it's gutsy for me to say this, but you're looking at a better movie than Star Wars. George Lucas, I respect him. He's a legend. He creates Star Wars. Star Wars is the biggest movie franchise in history. George Lucas is a legend, but I don't mean to be disrespectful. Last Hope for Xenos, if you adapt his depiction, you're looking at a better movie than even George Lucas' Star Wars, original Star Wars. That's how good his movie is. I'm not kidding around. Once you read the series, you'll finally see what I mean. Like when you read it, you're gonna be like, oh my god, like if this was turned into a movie, you're looking at the best story told in motion picture. And hence why when those actors read my book, they're gonna be like, oh my god, I can't wait to be a part of this story. I can't wait to fight alongside Ivan against the demon wolves. I can't wait to be a part of the worldwide buzz, the international buzz, be a part of the fame, be a part of the fortune because I'm paying them a shitload of money. Be part of the fame, be part of the fortune. You know what I'm saying? They're all gonna be what? A part of the experience. Almost out of my notes here. Right? And hence why all the Hollywood actors, they will all envy the lucky chosen actors so badly that they'll beg the B-listers and the others to give Ivan VJ word. I want to keep saying this. Once all the actors in Hollywood read my book, they're all gonna be jealous, envious of those actors. Those chosen actors, they now understand. Oh my god! Like if this is the best story ever told. If this is adapted to the big screen, you look at the best story told in motion picture. They're all going to envy those actors chosen for Zanus, and that they're going to beg even the B-list actors. So the actors are victorious, right? The actor for Belle is a huge A-list singer, but she's a B-list actor. But the other two are B-list actors. The Hollywood celebrities are even going to be begging those guys if they can give Ivan their word. They're going to beg. They're going to try and network with the A-list actors, but the A-list actors are not going to give word, obviously. I'm not giving you word. You brushed me aside, so I'm not giving you word. I'm not going to give them word, obviously. They're going to ask the A-list actors. The big ones are probably going to ask the A-list actors if they can give Ivan word. But a lot of the B-list actors are going to be asking these B-list actors. Even the A-list actors are going to be asking these B-list actors. They're going to be begging them, hey, man, can you give Ivan Reed a good word about me? You know what I mean? Because to strengthen their chances of getting cast for my next movie, man. Hence, these actors are going to envy these actors are going to envy the chosen actors so bad that they're gonna give them all like dirty stares, man. It's not just the actors that they're gonna beg to give Ivan VJ word. They're also gonna try and what network with my 7 team, because there's a good chance my 7 team, once filming is complete, there's a good chance they're also gonna get invited to speak around the world because they're my assistant producers. Me and my wife are not going to get invited because of why? We're kept behind the scenes. But my 7 team, there's a good chance they're also going to get interviewed by what? They're going to get interviewed with the actors all around the world, man. You're looking at a worldwide tour. They're going to get invited to speak at churches because Zanus has such a biblical theme to it. They're going to get invited to speak at churches. You know what I'm saying? Venues with like 5,000 people. There's something crazy. Radio companies, radio interviews. They're not going to mention me and White's name, but they're going to talk about me and White's movie and coding, obviously. How scary is he? You know what I'm saying? How is it like working with him and her? How is it like working with the bosses? They're going to talk about it, but they're going to talk about it in coding. You know what I'm saying? And hence why I'm piecing out, as you're not going to mention my name in the public eye. Hence I'm going to be kept behind the scenes. You got your fucking deserve. Right? Hence why the lucky chosen actors right? Hence why lucky chosen actors are fucking lucky, and all those Hollywood actors will fucking beg the lucky chosen actors if they can give Ivan and VJ word. That's how sad it'll be. And hence why what? My series will be so missed, as you're looking at what? You're looking at international fame for the movie, man. You're looking at something fucking crazy. In other words, I have 12 minutes here. I can babble on for 12 minutes. In other words, Aratat will be so scary that for the buzz, you're looking at something crazy, worldwide buzz. Those Hollywood actors, when they finish filming the movie, they're gonna get invited to speak all around the world. They're gonna get invited to speak either around the world or all around America. Like you're looking at something. They might go on a national tour or a worldwide tour. You look at something crazy. They're gonna get interviewed. They're also gonna get their speaking fees because there's a good chance these actors are gonna charge. They're gonna charge for speaking and all that stuff. So they're gonna make a good chunk of money off their speaking fees. They're gonna get invited to speak in places, and they're gonna make some nice money off their speaking fees. And you'll welcome actors, right? And you're looking at like crazy like buzz, man. Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame had crazy worldwide buzz, and yet for Zanus, Avengers: Infinity War had what, a good like 250 million around the world going crazy about it. 300 million people around the world going crazy about it. For my movie, you're looking at a good billion people going crazy about the movie. A billion people. Because there's a good billion English-speaking people around the world. The English-speaking world. So Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and North America. Those are the areas where like the buzz is going to be going crazy. Whereas the other countries, they don't speak English. So they'll still tune in, but because they don't speak English, You know what I'm saying? They don't understand, obviously. They don't understand. But the English-speaking world is going to be going crazy. They're going to be going crazy about the Last of Us Enhanced movie. It looks something crazy. Those actors are going to spend, like when me and my wife go to Switzerland after we finish filming, you're looking at like 60,000 to 100,000 people gathered around the city cheering us on. Those actors, dying for autographs. So the actors are going to get bombarded with fans. When it's official, and they're training in their second year, they're going to be asked for autographs. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at something crazy for that. The third year, when they're in Vancouver, they're going to be bombarded with fans. The fans are going to ask them for autographs. When they go in the limo, when the limo driver drives to the hotel and is ready to take them to the restaurant, and buffet or restaurant for buffet and their lunch, there's a good chance people are going to take pictures. You're going to see the actors, pictures and videos of the actors getting in the limo and all that stuff. The actors might take a selfie pictures in their limo. Hey, look at us, we're in the limo. It's going to be trying online. And you guys going to feel like shit. When they go to the restaurant, even the fans are going to be bombarding the actors. I mean, look at something crazy, man. Like oh, hey, man, I can't sign your autographs. I got to go in the limo, and I'm saying I got to go eat. I mean, they're going to be fucking famous stars, man. Something crazy in Hollywood. Yeah, the only thing cool about Hollywood is that Hollywood you get the paparazzi. Whereas for Sky Source, it's why behind the scenes, there's no paparazzi, but the fans are going to be bombarding them with their phones, with videos and pictures, man. Hey, they're going to have a picture with you. They're going to take a picture of the actors. They're going to take videos of the actors. So picture the paparazzi bombarding the actors, except it's just a random person with a phone. It's behind the scenes. It's behind the scene fame. So like when they get out of the limo, a bunch of people are going to take a bunch of pictures on their phone. It's going to be trying online. They're also going to take a bunch of videos. They're also going to interview the actors. Hey, man, like, are you excited for your movie and all that stuff? You're going to see that trending on YouTube. You're going to see the actors when they go to the gym, when they get in their limo, when they go to the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? You look at something top notch. That's how horrific Aratat is, as you're literally looking at the devil himself, and that's how horrific Aratat is. Right? Now, let me talk about my personal life for the next 8 minutes. So, I'm going to talk more about my personal life. So, in terms of the jet, I don't want me and my wife getting like a $100 million jet. That's a waste of money. Me and my wife can easily get a 100, 150, $200 million jet. But that is a waste of money. My price range for the jet will be about $30 to like $40 million. So I don't want to go any over than $40 million for the jet because I'm buying the jet with the budget for the movie. I'm buying the jet through the business account. Because the jet's part of the business, I'm going to buy it through the business account. So the highest I'm ever going to go is $40 million for the jet, which is a nice fucking jet. I'll have my jet seat a good like 10, 12 people around. That's enough. Seat a good 10 people. So that way, whenever I fly the people the second year, fly the crew and actors the second year, I'll be flying in 10 people at a time. So you're looking at a good like 10 group of actors. Because you're looking at a good 35 to 40 characters for Zanus. So you're looking at a good like 3 to 4 groups of actors for the sign that I'm going to be flying in for the signings. I'm going to tell my wife, I don't want us getting like a $100 million jet. No, that's a waste of money. Let's buy a nice like 30. Unless we pay with a personal account. If we pay with a personal account, we can get a more expensive jet. But I don't want to pay with a personal account because the jet's part of the business, we need to pay with our business account. So because we're paying with our business account, I'm not going to go any higher than $40 million. So me and my wife can buy like a $40 million jet, which is a nice fucking jet. We don't have to renovate the inside, but we can renovate the outside. I want the Sky Source logo on my jet because it's a part of the business. And again, me and my wife can get a top-notch jet. I showed you a bunch of pictures of how top-notch of a jet we have for how top-notch of an interior we have our own. I also want a jet with a GPS system. I'll put a GPS system in my jet. Like, welcome, take a seat. I'll also have a fridge. I want to have a fridge in my jet. That way I can stock beers. So when the actors and crewmen are flown in, everyone can have like 2 beers each. I'll stock 20 beers at a time. And everyone can have 2 beers each. 10 people can have 2 beers each. Which is nice. It's a nice perk, man. So when you get in the jet, you can have a nice 2 beers for yourself. And me and my wife will also be using the jet for our vacation. Right? Again, going back to separate your personal from your business. Everything to do with business, we fund to the business account. So the gas for the jet, the gas fee for the jet, like right, that's all funded through the business account during when you went for work. But we might go on vacation, we pay with our personal account for the jet, right? We will also have to hire a pilot, a good pilot. We can pay the pilot a good $250K. Pay him a nice 250K, 250K to fly me, my wife, and the actors for the 4 years. Pay him a nice 250K around there. So there's a good chance we'll have we'll have a good 3 pilots. Pay those 3 pilots 250K. 250K, or you could pay him like 100K or something like that. 100K a year. So 100K for the 3 years. Pay the pilot a nice 100K for the 3 years. Pay him a nice 150K for the 3 years. That's a good paycheck. A nice 150K or 200K a year, because they're going to be flying. They're going to be flying. Well, for the first year I don't need a part-time pilot. So if I'm hiring a part-time pilot, I can pay him 100K for the first year, right? But for the second year, you can pay them a nice like 200K or something like that, 200K each, or 150K. Pay them a nice 150K each to fly, because you're looking at three pods on rotating shifts. Pay them a nice like 150K to 200K a year for the 200K for the second year to fly me and one of the actors. And the second year, the crew will be flown privately to Switzerland. So I'm gonna have at least a good like 10 private planes around there. 10 private planes that fits a good like 150 people around there. I have to at least 10 private planes and fly them to Switzerland. So for the pilot, for the first year, because he's part time, I'll pay him like 100K. I only need a good like 2 pods for the first year. The second year, I'm gonna need 3 pods, because they're gonna be flying people in every day for 5 days a week. Pay those guys a nice like 200K each for that 1 year. And in the third year, I only need 1 pilot to fly the 6th team to Switzerland, because they're gonna be flying on my luxury jet to Switzerland. And the crewman will be flying on the other 10 private planes. Again, fly your crewmen privately. Don't fly them commercial. That way they work hard for you. There's nothing worse than waiting the hours in line and flying commercial. No. I'm going to at least 10 planes for the crewmen to be flown to Switzerland. And then my 16 will be flown on my jet to Switzerland. Right? So I'm going to tell Victoria, I don't want to get like a $100 million jet. No. Let's get like a nice... Let's get a nice like $40 million jet. I'll show you pictures of what I'm talking about. But you're looking at a top-notch jet, man. A nice like fucking jet that me and my wife are gonna own. You're looking at something amazing, man. Like an amazing jet. You're looking at something top-notch, man. What else? What else should I talk about for my personal life? I talked about clothing. I talked about food. Right? I talked about me and Beach are visiting countries and hiring limo services around the world. Oh, the yacht. Me and my wife, I want to get a nice yacht that can fit a good 20 people in there, but I don't want to get a mega $100 million yacht. You know those big ass yachts? I don't want to get a yacht like that. I want to get a big yacht, but not a crazy expensive yacht. I can get a nice like $13 million yacht. A nice 10 to 13 million. 7 million is a bit too cheap. No, I can get a like 10 to 13 million yacht. A nice yacht that could fit a good 20 people. That way, when me and my wife do the table reads, we can hire someone to drive in the ocean, and we do the table read in the yacht. So we're driven in someone drives us in the Pacific Ocean, and while he's driving, we do our table reads, man. You're looking at something fucking top notch for that, man. You're looking at something fucking crazy for that. Something fucking top notch. Drive in the ocean, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't want to get like a 40, 30, 20 million. If we do that, we're just gonna waste money. No, let's get like a yacht under $50 million. The highest I'm ever gonna go for my yacht is like $50 million. I'm not gonna go any higher than that, man. Like, I don't mind even getting a 14, $50 million yacht, but I don't want to get like a 20, 18 million. You're just wasting money. Get a nice like 12, 13, 10, $50 million yacht. A nice yacht that way the actors do the table reads. They're what's. They have a good experience, right? There's a good chance the 17 will also buy boats for themselves. They're gonna buy like nice boats. They can't afford to buy a yacht, but because yachts are fucking big yachts are fucking expensive. But my 17 can easily afford to get a nice boat for themselves. There's a good chance they're gonna buy a nice like $50,000 boat for themselves. Hey, Ivan and Vijay own their own yacht. Let's buy our own boat. And they buy their own boat and they go out with their family to the ocean. There's a good chance the 17 will also buy boats for themselves. They're going to buy, they can't afford a yacht, an expensive yacht, but they can easily afford to buy a nice like $50,000 boat. You know those nice like boats? They can easily afford to buy a nice like $50,000 boat. That's how top much of a life the 16 are going to have, man. Look, the 17 are going to have. They're going to be so rich. so fucking rich, man. And hence why the lucky chosen candidates, if John Favreau and Dave Filoni are chosen, they're going to be the lucky chosen few, as they're going to be safe until they die, if they're available. I'm gonna keep saying that. If they're not available, I'm gonna hire someone else. But if they're available, they're gonna experience success and fame with me and VJ until they die, man. Until they're old, around 80 years old. Whoever's hired might retire, and after they die, me and my wife hire a new team. Yeah. Well, this is it for this video. I thought it would be cool to talk about Aratat the Devil Wolf King and my personal life. Stay tuned for my next video. Finish content editing, as by the end of the month I'll be finishing my book. Stay tuned for that next topic. This is Ivan Omer. I'm signing out. Stay tuned for my next video. Look at an interesting video for that. Peace.